Hi everyone, Dr. Huff here. I thought I would take the time to go through the syllabus just so you could get a sense of what's going to be required during the course and that you would be more comfortable navigating the syllabus. The syllabus is always the first place you want to look if you have any questions in the course. And when you go into your course shell, this is the very first screen that you're going to see. And right underneath this graphic is the link to your syllabus. So if you click this link, it will open up for you right here in the course shell, and you can look at it that way. Or if you prefer, you can click the PDF link again. It will download it, and you can open it and take a look. So here you have my graphic, my little Bitmoji that you will see throughout today's syllabus and presentation. And you have my information available right here. My name is Dr. Jason Huff. I know it looks a little weird, but it is pronounced Huff, so you can refer to me as Dr. Huff. This is Com1 Introduction to Public Speaking, and this is an asynchronous course, which means that there are no set dates and meeting times, no Zoom that you have to set in. Everything is provided in a flexible way to be able to maximize your schedule. So you will go through different modules, different assignments throughout the course at your pace with some specific due dates that I'll talk about here in just a bit. It is fully online, and if you ever need to get a hold of me, my preferred means of contact is my cell phone number, and you have it right here. You can text me any day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Also, if you want to email me, that's another really quick way to get a hold of me. You can email me 24 hours a day, and I will respond within 24 hours. If you ever need to meet with me, we can do that via Zoom, and I'll send you a Zoom link, and any meetings will be by appointment. And another great thing about this course is that there will be no cost to you for the textbook. The link to your textbook is located right here in the syllabus. You'll simply click the link and have full access to the textbook that you'll be responsible for reading for different assignments. So you have here in the syllabus the course description. The main thing that I want you to focus on in here is that we're going to specifically be looking at putting together speeches. That is the point of public speaking. And for purposes of this class, by the time you get to the end of the semester, you will have done an extemporaneous, an informative, and a persuasive speech. You will also have some practice in creating a visual aid to accompany one of those speeches. We have the Hartnell College commitment to equity here. And simply what this means is that as a college, we commit to providing a student-centered design and a college experience that ensures every student receives what they need in order to be successful. We are committed to promoting an anti-racism and anti-sexism agenda. And most importantly, we pledge to work to correct forms of systemic oppression against students that can include race, ethnicity, gender identity expression, sexuality, national origin, citizenship status, class, socioeconomic status, ability, language, religion, age, physical appearance, intersections of these identities, others not identified. It doesn't matter who you are and what you bring to the college. We're going to respect and protect you as a student. So for every class that you take in California, whether it's at a 2-year institution or a 4-year institution, you should see an area of the syllabus called Student Learning Outcomes. And basically what these are is they're a mini contract between me, the instructor, and you, the student, that by the time you get to the end of the semester, you should be able to say that you have achieved the following. So given a topic, you'll be able to plan, revise, and present an extemporaneous speech. For an informative speaking situation, you'll be able to research a topic, choose an appropriate speech structure, and organize and develop an informative speech. And for a persuasive speech, you'll be able to identify a domestic policy issue, research and explain the cause of the problem, and provide a solution. And for that speech, you will also be creating a visual aid. Now, those here in bold, these are the student learning outcomes that we have on record that we report out to our accrediting body and to the state of California. But there are some others that I have down here as well. So I just mentioned for the persuasive speech that you will be creating a Google Slides. Also, for all of your presentations, you will be coordinating and demonstrating professional attire. You have to dress the part. And so at the end of Module 1 that you will be working on, I walk you through a PowerPoint in a video that lets you know what my expectations are for professional dress, and always know that if you need help putting together an outfit, that I'm available to do so. And here finally, you will work in a group to produce a final group research project that analyzes a historical speech, and you'll present your findings in a virtual forum. That's your big final project called the Academic Expo, and we'll look a little bit more at that here in just a few minutes. So moving on specifically to assignments. So in assignments, you are going to have discussion boards that you are responsible for. And so in a discussion board post, I will post a question or a prompt. And in order to receive credit, you must not only post an original response to the discussion question, but you must also respond to a classmate at some point. So in order to get full credit for a discussion board post, you must have at least 2 posts total. Every post should be 3 to 5 sentences at a minimum, or about 50 words. I want you to respond, engage, and I am fully committed that I will respond to every single one of your very first post. So I will be in there as well. There's going to be a total of 13 discussion boards, 5 points apiece, and that will give you 65 points for the class. You will have a library research training that you're responsible for. One of our librarians put together a wonderful training video that will help you be more familiar with the Hartnell College Library and the electronic resources available, especially during this time of COVID and everything online. It's really invaluable. This training and a corresponding assignment will be worth 15 points. You will also have reading comprehension quizzes throughout the semester. And so the way that the quizzes will work is that you are going to read the assigned chapter, paying attention to main concepts, and I want you to study the key terms. And I've put a sample page for you right here from your book. Any key term is going to be highlighted in blue over to the left-hand side and also in bold the first time that the term is introduced. So pay attention to those key terms. Questions will be multiple choice, true, false, and fill in the blank. You will have 10 minutes to take each quiz. There's going to be 11 quizzes, each worth 10 points apiece for up to 110 points. Of course, you will also have your graded speeches. That will be a bulk of your grade this semester. I've already mentioned to you that you will have extemporaneous, informative, and persuasive speeches that you will be responsible for. We're always going to support one another. We are never going to be disrespectful to any speaker or speech. And very important, you must attempt all speeches. If you do not attempt to do one of the speeches or all of the speeches, you are dropped from the course. So you cannot skip trying to complete one of the speeches. Also, and I'll talk about this later on, you need at least 2 audience members anytime that you record one of your speeches. I know some of you that might not be possible because of COVID, but I will show you in a sample video later on how you can use stuffed animals or toys or whatever you want to provide those missing audience members and still give you a proper focal point to be able to look at. You're going to have 3 different speeches, each worth 65 points apiece, for a total of 195 points for the class. And then the big final project that we'll get to at the end of the semester is called the Academic Expo. I will assign a TED Talk speech, and you're in a group. You will produce a group research paper and analysis of that TED Talk, 5 to 7 pages. You will record yourselves and present it orally, and you'll also create a Google Slides to accompany it. Now, when I was in college, I really hated group projects because what seemed to happen is I was sort of the go-get-it student. I would do a lot of the work, and other students would ride in on my coattails and get the good grade. So what I have is what's called the survivor clause. So what happens when we get to the group projects is that if you are the group member that isn't meeting deadlines, is slacking off, and the other group members come to me and say, look, this person isn't doing their job, they can elect to kick you off the island or to kick you out of the group, and then you would have to do the entire final project by yourself. And this final project is worth 100 points of your grade. So if you were keeping track, all of the grading is broken down here for you. There's a total of 500 points available for the class. And then I've given you a grade breakdown here in terms of the final point tally that you may end up with and where that would put you on the grading scale. In terms of attendance, the way that an asynchronous online class works is that it's participation formatted. So you must complete your scheduled assignments and be present online, or I start keeping track of when you are not in discussion boards, when you're not during quizzes, when you're not turning in your assignments. If you miss more than 2 weeks of assignments, you can be dropped from the course, so please be present. Late work, I typically do not accept late work. I will consider extenuating circumstances, but typically all work needs to be in on time. Please make sure that you plan accordingly for assignments and when they are due. I give this technology warning here because I think especially since we're all at home and we're in lockdown, cell phones are such an easy distraction to have when you need to focus in on classes. So my recommendation is that when it's time for you to sit down and read, when it's time for you to answer a discussion board or to prepare a speech, just turn your cell phone off. I promise people will leave a message and we'll get back with you. Policy on students with disabilities. If you have any documented disabilities, please make sure that you've contacted the Department of Supported Programs and Service Office. I've put the phone number here, and that will begin the accommodation process. Also, if you do not have any documented disabilities but feel that you might have some sort of special difficulties in the course, you can call them, make an appointment, let them know your concerns, and we can work to find some sort of accommodation to help you be more successful. Academic integrity. So as an academic institution, we want to maintain the highest standards in academic honesty. And so what I found is that sometimes students really get hit with academic dishonesty. Don't do this, don't do this. But what I'm going to try to do here is present to you an acronym that will help you clearly understand what we expect when we say that we want you to be honest in your academic work. So the H is for help. Ask for it. If you don't understand, ask me. O is for original effort. If you didn't create it, think it or write it. Don't pass it off as your own. N, it's necessary for learning. If you cut corners now, you're never going to learn the knowledge and skills needed that you're going to need later on. The E is for embracing integrity. Have high standards not only for yourself, but for others as well. Self-monitoring, only you can maintain a high caliber and quality of your academic pursuits. Truth-focused in a world of conspiracy theories and falsehoods, be authentic in your word and deed. And lastly, do your own work. If you can't say it is truly yours, then you need to give proper credit and citation. And just a note on the final project, the group project that I talked about here just a little bit ago, you must turn that in and sit for it at the specific time. There will be some due dates there. You can't give excuses like you're going on an out of country trip or work or whatever the case may be. You must do the final project within time parameters. So the last page of your syllabus here lists all of the different types of assignments that you are going to be responsible for throughout the semester. And so anytime that you see something that is capitalized, bolded, and italicized, that is a due date. So you'll see here that what's going to happen tonight at 12:01, Module 1 is going to open. And then by Tuesday evening at 11:59 p.m., you will have needed to complete the syllabus quiz. Then by the end of day on the 28th, reading quiz 1, and by the end of February 1st, discussion board 1. And we'll just go through the entire semester this way, alternating at the beginning between your reading quizzes and discussion boards. And then as we advance throughout the semester, we're going to start working on basics of public speaking and eventually getting to our first speech, which is the extemporaneous speech, which will be due in February. The library research assignment is due in February as well. We keep doing discussion boards and reading quizzes all the way into March, and you will start preparing your informative speech that is due in April. We will then work on persuasive speaking, which is due the end of April, and then your group project will be assigned the end of April, and you will have an entire month as a group to work on that particular assignment. So I'm going to close this out right now, and I'm going to take you back here to the home screen where we first click the syllabus. When you are ready to start Module 1 for the course, you're simply going to go under Modules and do all of Module 1. What I wanted to point out here on this opening screen, though, that very last page of the syllabus that I talked about that shows you all of your assignments, on this opening screen, all of those assignments are listed for you with due dates. So anytime, whether it's from your phone, laptop, PC, any type of device that you want, you can go in here and this opening screen is going to tell you what you have due and when. So this tells you right here that by Tuesday, January 26th at 11:59 p.m., you have to complete the syllabus quiz. Thursday the 28th, reading quiz 1, February 1st, discussion board 1, and so forth. So if you ever have any doubts about when something is due, you can check here. I'll also be sending you reminders as due dates become closer and closer. So I'm very excited for this semester. I'm very excited to pass on to you what I've learned in terms of public speaking. It is my specialty and my passion, and I hope that everyone has an awesome semester. Please reach out if you need anything. Take care.